Previously in X-Men, the team of outcast mutants has been Marvel's top-selling book for the last decade. For 16 months, the team has been established as a proactive threat elimination task force. They hunted the Brood, destabilized Genosha, chased down the Marauders, and stumbled upon the Goblin Queen and Mr. Sinister. They also pretended to be Santa Claus. Colossus fought Baba Yaga. The ladies went for makeovers, and the guys went on a bender. At best, they are like Ronin, masterless samurai. At worst, they are just aimless characters in need of some new direction. I am Jason Lapidus.
And I'm Chris Hannigan.
And we are Group of Seven Comics. Welcome to episode 186 of our ongoing read-through of the X-Men comics that became classic as we read Uncanny X-Men 246 by Chris Claremont, Marc Silvestri, and Dan Green. Cover date of July 1989. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I am doing well. Had a thought just, listening to your intro. 14 shows will hit 200 shows. I'm not going to say that every week as we get in, next week's 13 shows. I'm not going to do that. But that is something. Anyway, we should talk about the 200th show at some point. I know it's in the future, but we should talk about
it. We should talk about it. It definitely is something. It's crazy to hear this cover described by people. It's crazy to see it in person.
What do people say about that cover?
What's going on? What is that big guy, wise rogue lying there in that swimsuit issue pose?
Right.
What's going on?
What's going on?
I'm excited to get into this with you. I'm happy that you and I have a couple minutes together. We haven't hung out in a really long time, so we have a lot to talk about.
We need to get our fill.
Yeah, we need to get our fill of stuff. I'm really enjoying. I'm enjoying the show and really loving the journey that it's on and where things are going. We're really getting into almost hitting 1990. It really does feel like a different era. Right. I love this weekly edge as we get closer to the sort of the birth of Image and that 90s aesthetic, and you just see the little hints of it coming in. And I find it really fascinating as a document or as sort of a journal of that era of comics that eventually leads Marvel to bankruptcy, but also has such a huge impact on a generation of readers.
Yeah.
So I find that whole narrative just really interesting, and sometimes the meta narrative is much more interesting than the comics themselves.
I like the notion that we're on a journey to Marvel's bankruptcy. I think that's a really funny over our time with everybody in the last few years, like we're just on that journey to bankruptcy.
Sure. Now that's not to reduce that relatively complicated series of circumstances to just being on, let's just say, on the backs of Image creators or on X-Men at all. It's not that. It's just those things at a similar time and do play a role, but definitely having ownership group shift and having them invested in several different ventures and some of them struggling and pulling money from Marvel. All these different things kind of go together. But I'm pretty critical of the speculator boom and collapse in comics and Marvel's practice of beating a dead horse. All of the flash, the sizzle no steak, like the tinfoil covers, all these things that are not about story, which has really become my focus as I'm getting older and older and wiser.
I just want to tell a good story. Yeah, I agree. And but at the same time, I'm sure there's like flags or signposts in this journey of X-Men and how the company approaches and treats the title and evolves it to whatever it becomes. I'm sure we can find parallels between the title itself and the success of the title. And at this point, how many X books are there, by the way?
Oh, I think I was talking in the last week's episode that
4?
Wolverine himself was in 5 a month.
Okay, so let's just take that.
So he's in, of course, Uncanny.
Yeah.
He's in 2 issues of Marvel Comics Presents, because it comes out every 2 weeks.
Right.
His solo title, and then Classic X-Men.
Right.
So in a month, that's still all X titles-ish or X adjacent. Yep. There's also X Factor, Excalibur, New Mutants. There's almost always a limited series like Exterminators or Fallen.
We're coming up on 10, like double digits.
Right? I'm not even thinking. I'm sure.
Right, we're not even right. I mean, folks, if there are more titles, let us know in the chat for sure.
And that's and of course when the series starts, they don't even sort of when our show picks up with the series Giant Size number 1 in 1975.
Right.
They barely even want to have one. Right. It's not a proven property, or a proven group of characters or any of that kind of stuff. So it's going from barely even like every 2 months they put out 1 issue for a bit. Remember it was like on the cover, now monthly.
Yeah.
So going from that, a canceled book that was resurrected to every other month, and then now we're basically up to almost, let's just say 10.
Let's just say 10.
Because, like I said, there's always a limited series going.
Sure.
So it's about 10 titles.
Crossover.
And Claremont breathes that life into it, and he's pulled in a lot of directions, and of course doesn't have his hand on every series, but is still that overall creative force, which actually leads me to I said to you before I had a hot take.
You did. Yeah.
So, we talk about these great X-Men runs, which has really been the true spirit of the show, is like, let's find these great runs that have influenced all these other versions of X-Men and all these other forms of media, right?
Totally. Yeah.
We think about Cockrum, Byrne, Paul Smith, John Romita Jr., at times Barry Windsor Smith or Arthur Adams on there. And, a little bit of Alan Davis, especially with Excalibur and a couple X-Men issues and New Mutants Annual. And then now we're on to like Marc Silvestri.
Mm-hmm.
And we're starting to feel over this last year that it's a lot of miss and not a lot of hit. That although his drawing is really good, my hot take is I wonder or I'm starting to suspect that he is not the kind of collaborator needed to keep the series vibrant. So this is what I'm getting at is with guys like John Byrne and Dave Cockrum, there was a lot of collaboration going on in terms of story, pushing certain characters. So although Claremont doesn't always like it with Byrne, he's come out and said he says he loved collaborating with Cockrum. He speaks really well of Paul Smith. That was a shorter run though, but if we count those 2 X-Men Alpha Flight, which were both double sized, it's like another 4 issues kind of getting added on. But anyway, maybe Silvestri doesn't have the story making, the writer in him, the way that some of those other creators do, where they're not thinking about, even Romita Jr., like he is a storyteller. He doesn't necessarily formally write his own scripts and such, but he always talks about story comes first. It's always about the sort of cinematography of it all and the clarity. So I'm wondering if, and we can look at Silvestri's work after. Sure, he has a couple characters that work, maybe because they look cool, but no one ever talks about Silvestri as storyteller. They always talk about him as a renderer. Like he draws really well. Mm-hmm. So maybe he's although he draws great, and I love when he does throw together a mean-looking Logan, it is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Maybe he doesn't bring the storytelling chops for that collaboration. He's a young, maybe Claremont is sort of at his peak in terms of where he thinks the throne he's on. Mm-hmm. Taking notes from the kid, but the kid isn't maybe offering anything.
Well, it's a really interesting hypothesis, right? Because let's just take the example of Inferno, where you and I found it challenging at times. While there's things that we absolutely thought were great about Inferno, challenging times to follow the story. We weren't quite sure what was going on. And maybe, maybe it is. Maybe it's a case of the fact that maybe, Claremont is sharing ideas in advance, or, hey, what do you think about this?
Right.
And maybe Silvestri is like, well, that's cool. I'll just draw it, man, or whatever. Like, maybe the collaborative storytelling, or the back and forth push and pull, which maybe had, defined those other eras to their benefit, is missing. And it's interesting because in your intro, you mentioned, Marauders and Genosha and all these things. And, again, for us, not for everybody else out there, but for us, this era hasn't attracted us, hasn't pulled us in as much.
Right.
And, but you also mentioned, I think, completely accurately, that the art, wow, Silvestri can certainly draw and render, and some of those, it's just beautiful. Some of the art we're seeing, and just like action, intense. Yet the story, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, like, what's the takeaway that we think is a strength? It's the art, which again doesn't mean necessarily that that's not something to admire, but it's certainly, we're not talking about the overall product of the story. We're talking about an element of it.
Right.
That's an interesting observation. Like,
thank you. I'm going to put this back in here for a minute. Whoa.
Sure.
And then on to the next slide for a minute. Also, I haven't mentioned this. Probably should have done this off the top. Hey, click like on the video, subscribe to the channel, share if you can. Greatly appreciated. Check out our other videos. There's this show, and there's a second show on the channel called Leveling Up. And I'll get to that in a second. Of course, you can buy our books. Group of Seven Comics' Most Secret Tale and Peregrine's Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, both written by Chris Sanigan, illustrated by me. And you can get them at our website, groupofsevencomics.ca. Much appreciated, both in print and digital formats. Thank you for your support. This is what I wanted to talk about. So there's another show on our channel. This one drops Saturday morning, coming up at 8 a.m. It is about Batman and Robin Year One, the new story that's coming out from Mark Waid and Chris Somney, and that's the focus of. It's a 12-part series. This episode focuses on the whole series, but only using the first issue as an example. What I wanted to show you, Chris, was in the issue, which I just happen to have in my hands.
Which
we're talking about issue one. Issue one.
I have a different cover. Mine's a different cover.
What? You did not get this cover?
Oh no, sorry, I did. With all the with the Rogue Gallery type. No, I have that one.
Yeah, these are the bad guys from the opening credits, or the opening theme song of Batman 66.
Right.
Like, what comic? Anyway, insane. So in this, you can see writer Chris Somney. It says over down here.
Yeah.
Writer Chris Somney, writer Mark Waid, artist Chris Somney. But on the other side, it says co-plot Mark Waid and Chris Somney. These teams bring it. Both guys bring it.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing storytelling work. It's a strong team. It's beautiful. They're talking to each other, figuring stuff out. I don't think Silvestri's bringing it.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows what that dynamic was like, and maybe Claremont, man, who knows? Maybe we're getting like crotchety old guy, young hotshot artist, maybe, right?
Who knows? But usually we hear about the stuff afterward. We hear, or you just see some evidence of it. Like, there are some stories where Claremont, you can see like the artist has gone off the rails at times. Like when he has young Arthur Adams there, like he does some crazy stuff. You get a sense of who Arthur Adams is through just the weirdness of like the mojo of it all,
right.
And we're just not seeing. I mean, even in that last issue with Liefeld, you get a sense of who Liefeld is from what he drew and the kinds of things he kind of wanted to lean into. So far, we don't really see like a personality of Silvestri as prominently as we have seen with many of the other creators. I don't have enough facts to back this premise up, but it came to my mind a little earlier today, and I thought I'd throw it out there and see if I'm on to anything or if I'm talking crazy. But I think I'm on to something.
Okay.
Hey, let's say hi to Michael and Mass, Black Spiders. What's up, my dudes? Hope you are all well out there and doing something exy with your life.
Excellent. And I want to say a shout out too, as we were saying, shout out to peeps. A few more subscribers to the channel. Thank you. Punk Rat Jazz Production Studio. Thank you. Mix Abyss. Thanks Don Rubix. Thanks Matt Jenkins. Thanks Gabriel, quote unquote, painting with watercolors. Stockton. Low Walker. Keanu Leaves.
I like that.
Isakon. Max Weinstein. Skull versus Crusher, aka Joe Navarro. And that's it. So I just want to say thank you. We've got a few more subscribers. The last month really jumped up. Last thing be 6 to 8 weeks. So I just want to say thank you for the support.
There you go. Thank you. Do you want to get into this issue?
We can do that.
I'm going to ask you a question. It's not trivia. It's just for clarity.
Okay.
You remember the last time we came across Master Mold?
No.
Did we ever come across Master Mold?
So Master Mold as in like Sentinel Daddy?
I always imagined him more like Sentinel Mommy.
I mean, I guess we can get into specifics about that, but like Sentinel, that's what it is. That's Master Mold, right? Like the Sentinel creator.
Yeah, the robot that makes up the robots.
The robot that shoots out other robots.
like a lady.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. I don't think, have we? Like during the Sentinel runs?
I've lost track if we ever came across
all right
Master Mold in an issue because it's going to matter now.
Right.
But I guess we're just going to be a little lax in this one area and be like, yeah, we don't know where Master Mold last appeared. We can go into reading and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. I'm okay with that too. All right. I'm going to add this thing to the stage. As soon as I remove that other thing, here we go. Look at that cover. Look at that thing.
Yeah.
What is a kid? The yellow background. I don't even know where to begin. It feels like they just gave up. I don't understand.
I'm getting a lot of
all moods and no moods at the same time. Like Psylocke's armor is the wrong set of pinks and purples.
Yeah.
It almost makes like, I know Rogue doesn't disappear, but she doesn't stand out the way one would think, given the yellow, red, and blue that are right there. Those get our eyes almost first. And when you like, if I just look at Master Mold, Rogue, if I focus on Master Mold, Rogue just disappears sort of into the rubble.
Yeah.
It is weird. Just a series of really bad choices. This does not look like Master Mold. I don't know what the reference is.
Certainly not the Master Mold that when we hear that name, we think it is.
Well, I imagine the one from the cartoon.
Right.
Who was a Sentinel, but bigly.
Right.
You know, and little sentinels come out of his chest, I guess, or her chest.
Yeah.
Or its chest. Let's go with it. Its chest, and it has like a bigger head. Master Mold, whatever it is.
That's right. Got a bit of that,
so this is really weird. But anyway, we'll just.
It's got some Optimus Prime vibe to it as well.
Yeah.
With the colors, but also like the helmet and the metallic roboticness of it.
And like, why is Rogue lying like that? Because she's not lying down.
Right. I mean, it really does look like she's either fainted from I mean, she hasn't fainted, but that's like
the vapors.
Right. Bring the smelling salts. Exactly.
Oh, Michael says I'm picturing the all ahead for Master Mold. Like the one that walks on the spider's legs.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
But that's, I think, down the road in Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's run.
Yeah.
I think. Huh. But either way. Let's get into this thing.
Let's get into this. Here we go.
Stan Lee presents Gear Up for Metal Gear. I loved looking at this ad when I was a kid.
So did
all the little things. I was big into equipment and weapons and gear for characters.
Gear, for sure.
G.I. Joe kid. There's also something at the end that connects to childhood for me in a massive way, which we'll get to again at the end. Stanley presents The Day of Other Lights.
Oh.
Chris, is that an expression that is part of our lexicon? Like,
it's not, and never has been.
It never will be.
Never will be either.
The Day of Other Lights. Okay. The crystal is older than time, which is how she feels. And within its eternal depths, she finds all the Alison Blairs that ever were, the Dazzlers that are, the paths not taken, the lives that might have been. And we can see in that there is, going around the clock, I guess, Dazzler's the superhero, Dazzler the singer, Dazzler homeless.
Yeah.
It looks sort of like Dazzler as the mom with 3 kids going shopping, and Dazzler the corporate, I don't know, power suit, corporate ladder climber, or attorney at law. Let's do Dazzler attorney at law.
Sure.
An Adventure of the Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont, Marc Silvestri, Dan Green, Joe Rosen is on letters, and we're going to see some weirdness here. Glynis Oliver is on colors still. Bob Harris is editor, and Tom DeFalco is editor-in-chief.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, this crystal, I right away recognize it as the Siege Perilous. And I think we're going to, of course, get an explanation because we know Chris Claremont is good at this. He's good at explaining what these kinds of things are. But this is an object that is known to us as a reader since issue, I'm going to say 228.
Okay.
But we'll maybe they won't say.
With
the goddess Roma.
Roma
is the daughter of Merlin, and she is sort of a god of order in the grand cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of has taken the X-Men under her watchful gaze and given them this object. Anyway.
Lawyer.
Oh, yeah, it is a lawyer. Okay.
Yeah, high-powered lawyer. By the way, I think, so I'm going to say these lines. Lawyer, superhero, singer, ordinary mom, bag lady. I always, and this is such a trope of this time, the 80s, but I do find, whenever there's like the success you can achieve, it's always like high-powered lawyer or doctor maybe. And also, and the exact opposite in terms of like the worst choices could lead you to the worst places. It's always on the streets. Like it's always in an alley or in corporate. Like those are, and maybe that speaks more to like, I don't know, the dynamics between, economic sustainability. But it's just, I find it kind of tropey.
For sure.
Pieces of myself generated by shining a laser light through the facets of this crystal. So what? According to the entity who gave it to us, this gem is the legendary Siege Perilous. Pass through its portal, she said, and you're supposedly judged by the highest of powers, where the good and ill of your life is weighed in the cosmic balance. Then you get a second chance to make it better. Sort of like Buddhism, you go around and round on the wheel of life, reincarnated until you achieve the spiritual perfection of nirvana. That chance for me. So what's in store, I wonder?
And with that thought comes the wish she'd never asked, as each incarnation meets the cruelest, most brutal of ends.
No, that isn't fair. Not that it's real, it's just my imagination. I won't accept any of it. No. All the images coalescing into one. This is crazy. It can't be happening. My power generated the images. They should have vanished when I stopped.
Foolish mortal, dost thou think thou can so easily flee thy fate?
No.
Why so afraid, Allison? Death comes to all in time.
Not me. Not now.
Indeed, the life thou hast chosen hath made thee my beloved handmaiden.
Get away! Huh? Gone. Thank heaven I'm okay. I'm safe.
I really like Glynis Oliver's work. I always have, as we've been reading these issues.
Right.
She tries stuff. She goes for mood, and uses warms and cools and different things, like lights things in interesting ways that make the issue more readable. Just the simple idea that when Dazzler's powers are in control, it's like these yellows.
Yeah.
When it's getting out of control, it's going toward the pinks. And when it's all over, now we're in the cool blues in the darkness of this cave. The color on its own reads, and I admire it. I think these are great, kind of simple but thoughtful choices that work pretty well.
Yeah, I think more often than not, we tend to kind of praise the coloring of this run of this series. So, and Glynis Oliver's been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, a real, really pulling off some heroic, action here, just as part of helping the series along.
And how much it matters that it is not done on bleached white high gloss paper, or translated into a digital version of the comic. The fact that it's on this newsprint lets these colors be less saturated and much more subtle. They really work here, and this in trade paperback, or in like an essential, not essentials. I've forgotten the name. What they call the large, not like an omnibus, but even the ones smaller than that.
Right.
It will never look as good as this. I also wanted to point out again, we mentioned before, the Geiger influence on Silvestri's interpretation of the technology, how it looks like Alien and the Matrix.
Yeah.
Where the cylinders have almost like the stomach of a snake, that feel.
Mm-hmm.
It really does make the technology otherworldly and makes you uncomfortable, because at any moment you feel like a xenomorph to show up. Anyway,
yeah,
that's great.
I'm shaking. Can't stop. Can't remember ever being so scared. Awfully dark. I hate this complex. Always gives me the creeps. The feeling there's something out there in the shadows, waiting for the chance to pounce. That's silly. We've searched and scanned every inch of this place. There's nothing down here but us chickens. Snap out of it, girl. Seen too many slasher flicks. That's my problem. Got to generate some light. That'll make things better. Blast. Drained of energy. Need a jump start. Need sound to transduce. Ah, there it is. Into light. You'll be fine. Stop.
Hold up. Sorry, I gotta stop you. The cassette. So for those who don't know, those are young. She's holding a cassette tape that we would have used, of course, to put in our car stereo,
a cassette player,
or our boombox.
Yeah.
And that is U2's Rattle and Hum, which was a really big deal at the time. A really big deal.
Yeah.
The second thing of note on that panel is in her bag is a bottle of Ozzy-Tan.
Does that link to your theory or your?
Well, do you remember how last issue she was like a different color?
Right.
So there's now Silvestri is in cahoots with colorist who is in cahoots with Glynis Oliver. Like, they're going for something where she is embracing that get out and suntan lifestyle. So there's a little bit goes with that. The last thing I wanted to mention with this page before you continue reading her monologue is like, what is she wearing? A bathing suit? Is that like bikini? Just always an excuse to throw these women in no clothes.
or as little as possible. Yeah, I know, absolutely. And then pose them in just that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, one thing I did want to say when, pulling out the cassette tapes, what, might be kind of a fun, that she's saying she's drained of her power because she gets it from sound. It'd be kind of neat if, maybe that was part of her uniform or setup, is that, she had to like kind of pump some music to like then start drawing, kind of charge her up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Anyway, it's kind of neat.
You would definitely make for a great action scene in a James Gunn movie.
Yeah, it certainly would.
He'd needle drop the heck out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be fine. Stop acting like a ninny. You're a pro. You faced words. There's no cause for panic. But what if there is? Even the console, the monitor screens, they're all dark too. Suppose there's been a power failure. Suppose the cassette won't play. Gotcha. Dweeb, all that for nothing. I almost wish there had been a monster. At least then, my hand.
So are we to understand that the stereo did go on when she put the cassette in?
So she slams the door, or slams the cassette door.
Yeah.
I must have, because she did then generate light.
So I would have liked to see the sound coming out with, maybe, I know they don't want to do the lyrics and get themselves in any kind of trouble.
Well, music notes,
just
maybe?
musical notes, or just some, I guess they would have to then design where the speakers are or something. But it reads, I think, okay, but it could have been a little clearer if obviously they had oh no, there are musical notes.
Oh, there are. You're right. They're in the. Sorry, you and I both missed them.
That's so weird. They're sitting right there, and I didn't even see them. Okay, and Michael's like, there are music notes. Yes,
thanks,
you're right.
Michael. Yeah,
I know I put a little tone on your writing that isn't in the writing, but I'm saying it more just as I would say it to Chris or to myself.
And to Mass's comment, yeah, cassettes are back in style again. I was at a concert last week at like a smaller club show in Toronto, and at the merch table was the record that they were selling, but on cassette.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, this is Nimrod, right? So I think I'm Nimrod, right?
Scanning mode. New York. Oh, sorry. That's Nimrod speaking.
That's Nimrod speaking, right? Yeah. Scanning mode. New York County Colloquial Reference Manhattan. Refining sweep. Subset. Locality. Alphabet city. Refining further. Chromatographic sensor scan reveals significant presence of controlled weaponry and narcotic substances.
That's drugs, dude.
Multiple life signs. Initiating enhanced audio surveillance of premises.
If you can't move the rock away, we'll dump you for somebody who can. This is a high-volume operation.
I'm doing my best, Luis.
That's pathetic, man.
Hey, I'm getting serious heat from the law, Luis.
Hey, so you buy him or kill him. Where's the problem? Santa Maria.
I am Nimrod. You are in summary violation of multiple federal and state felony statutes. Surrender peacefully or suffer the consequences.
Your Nimrod is so civilized.
Well, he's from the future.
Yeah, that top establishing, like that shot of Manhattan is, I love it. I love those, like the weird circles around the lights. That
it looks good.
Cool. And also that player's handbook. When I was this age, I was D&D curious.
Oh, sure.
Didn't really have access to D&D. But I thought that I wanted to know more about that character on that horse with that sword. But that looked pretty cool.
Oh, that does look pretty cool. Yeah. I always thought the monster compendium was kind of cool too. Like I was almost like afraid to look in it.
Well, it's did anyone in your house have
those? No, it wasn't a D&D household. No.
Yeah, mine wasn't either. But anyway. Okay. What is this, a joke? Smoke this roadshow Robocop.
Luis, don't. I heard him. He means business.
You care so much, Ore, you could die with him.
Be advised, this unit is empowered to use lethal force in self-defense. This is your final warning. Warning ignored. Appropriate response initiated.
Okay, that is awesome. I mean, like, just this is a great drawing to me. Like, there's just enough of their skeletons.
Yeah.
Clearly understand what's there. And then the way like the flames kind of pour off them. And again, Glynis is delivering great complimentary work on those colors.
Yeah. As they're vaporized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Primary threat situation neutralized. Subordinate threat state still present in the form of raw narcotic substance. Nomenclature cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Subordinate threat neutralized. Notation. Considerable funds present, presumably derived from ongoing criminal enterprise. Destruction mandated. But what good purpose would that serve? These pushers looted the community in the worst possible way, destroying its future by hooking kids on crack.
It doesn't match the rest of the way he speaks or thinks.
Not at all.
Hooking kids on crack.
Hooking
like
kids on crack.
Kids, like hooking is slang, kids
Yep.
is slang, crack is slang.
I know. It's so, I know. Wouldn't it be better to use this money to help repair the damage? At least it's worth a try. As for the gang, to make sure they get the message, a little something to remember me by.
So he's got some humanity in him, right?
Right.
It's clear in the way that he's being written that he is thinking about people and the community and all that stuff.
But you're totally right. Like when he first enters, it's all very procedural. Be advised, primary threat, and now it's hooking kids on crack.
I love how he also like the money's in a sack.
Yeah.
It's something Robin Hood-esque about that, you know.
And then we get the calling card.
Yeah.
Wow.
The end.
Yeah.
It's funny to also think like that means there's a backwards N on his hand.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah, it's just always there.
Yep, just always there.
Always there.
And only on one hand, not the other.
Not the other one. No, it's got to be. It's the left. Yeah.
So as we move to the X-Men,
mm-hmm.
There's a really quick note. Chris, I don't presume that you had a chance to watch the episode that was uploaded last week with two crossovers. It was called, I believe, A Tale of Two Team-Ups. And it was an exploration of two issues of Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown and Punisher War Journal, where Wolverine went in and fought and then teamed up with Punisher.
You are correct. I did not get a chance.
Maybe the best episode ever. I'm just joking.
Amazing. Okay.
But Wolverine is depicted by the artist in that series as having this hairdo. Incredibly long, like tendrils. Like, I mean, we could call them ears in sort of like this, you know, a dog kind of way.
Sure.
These big ears that come off the top. But yeah, he does style his hair, or he's depicted as having these really long hair pieces that come off the back that droop at times. And then of course, yeah. So this look is it's either throwing shade in a lighthearted way, or just having fun with the reader, sort of saying, "Hey, look, let's just play with that style of drawing him." Yeah, Michael says it kind of reminds me of a jester's hat. Yes, that is. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So it kind of works in a weird way in the series, but that's what he's making reference to. He also talks about them going on a trip together. So that's, and the bubonic plague is also from the first and second issue. They're both shot with bubonic plague bullets.
Oh, okay.
So this is all completely on board and timely with why I read those issues for our audience last week.
Huh.
All right.
Let's check that out.
Australia. The remote, abandoned outback town the X-Men have adopted as their home. After 3 months in residence, they're finally starting to feel like this really is home. And pray tell, what is that? Something I picked up when Havoc and I were in Mexico. Along with bubonic plague. All things considered, Storm, who are you to make fun? I merely hoped, Logan, you might learn from my mistakes. Sometimes, darling, people prefer to make their own. This did look better on the road. You have requested a leave of absence, Wolverine? And see, like she's gone to the photograph of Mariko that is drawn really to reference that last page and like the photo that he has of her in the Frank Miller Claremont Limited series. That exact photo is used there. And then she's got the eye patch that he wears in his solo series as Patch. And in Marvel Comics Presents. And his shades are there too. So like there's some of his paraphernalia, which is kind of fun.
I wonder if this page struck me because again, it's a bathroom. It's a fairly, and you can see in that first panel the swords there too. Right? He's got a Japanese sword. It's a fairly intimate space, the bathroom. In terms of
I see.
privacy. And I thought the entrance of Storm. I mean, their conversation is their conversation, but the entrance of Storm in a nightie, right? While he's getting ready. I felt like almost the addition of the if you didn't have the addition of the picture of Mariko framed, you might think that like, did they just wake up together?
Yeah, they're cohabitating.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, the way what she's wearing, her like in the doorway. This is sort of like regular life for people like you and me, where we're sharing bathrooms with our spouses and yeah. And the fact that she's half dressed.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's letting her see him playing around with hairdos. Right. Which is there's a degree of intimacy there
that's exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, cute. I'm going to read it that way. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it reads nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And they can also, I mean, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I won't go any further.
Well, there's so many of those moments, and the Storm Wolverine relationship has had. I mean, I guess is it the last issue he kissed her?
Yeah, the Liefeld one. He gives her a big smooch when they get back.
She's like, "Oh, that man," or whatever.
And this is the morning after.
Right? Is that exactly? So
want to pretend.
Mm-hmm.
And they also, they did some serious bonding when they were on the road together. And
they did.
The two tens. Yeah. They definitely have a respect for each other. Like there's a really good tandem that they make. So I think this is good.
Yeah.
Something's come up, boss. I gotta go. If we can help, my friend, appreciate the offer, Aurora. This is a private matter. This is private business. I hear the lettering gets weird, by the way. I've noticed the size changes a little bit, especially with this next panel with Storm standing there.
Sure.
Some of the outlines around the bubbles get a little thick. And it makes me think that maybe this was scripted and had to be re-lettered. So they pasted stuff up on top of lettering that might have been done right on the page.
Right.
I'm not sure, but this feels like an anomaly for the next couple pages. Anyway, just noting it. I mean, look at the next page without even reading it yet. Like some of these lines are thicker than they are almost always are, and there's like double, as if someone's gone over them twice with some of the ink work.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look normal. Anyway. Now who's full of surprises? Killer look, darling. Jacket and shades suit you better than me. You're welcome to them. But hardly what folks expect of a goddess. Storms, Wolverine, have a myriad of colorations, no less than people. So long as I remain true to myself, I see no reason to apologize or how I appear to others. That's an X-Men trait, sure enough. Go in your own way regardless. Devil, take the consequences. We're too flamin' pridefully stubborn, sometimes for our own good. You need never go alone, Logan, or stand alone. I know. But by the same token, my life's bound by obligations freely given. Giri, the Japanese call it duty. Being an X-Men taught me that. Before, I wouldn't have cared one way or the other. I lived for myself. That's changed. Wolverine may be a certifiable crazy, but he's also a man who stands by his word. I understand. How long will you be gone? Expect me. Expect me when I'm back. Okay. And that will be when the job's done.
It'd be so much better if it just kept going, and that would be when the job's done. Which is, and he just keeps right.
Well, there ain't no more work to do.
Exactly.
You know that because
yeah, right.
Because my to-do list is complete, and it includes lots of stuff that I've been told I gotta do because I'm compelled.
Such as
a series of this picture is so good. That Wolverine face at the bottom is like, I think I've been trying to draw that my whole life.
Right.
I mean, I do that face all the time in some form, and I never get it as good as Silvestri does. He is so good at that. But it looks like Wolverine just broke the fourth wall and decided to look right at the reader. Be like, when the job's done, right, kid? You get me out there, don't you?
Yeah.
And he draws like just a drop dead gorgeous Storm too. Yeah. Great looking characters.
Oh yeah.
Washington D.C.
Oh, here's interesting.
Wall.
Yeah, but it's miscolored, right? So, or at least
yes, that is bad coloring.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, hi Steve, it's me, Carol. Been an age. Sorry I didn't come sooner. President gave me this little brother for service above and beyond the call of duty. But I'd gladly give the medal and the life I nearly lost winning it to have you standing here in my place. You shouldn't have gone, Steve. One of us answering the call to glory was enough. You shouldn't have died. None of you should have.
I like the last one of her flying away too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if this goes somewhere.
Right. So now this is the third story we've come across. The first story is Allison Blair.
Yeah.
Second story is Storm and Wolverine. No, second story is Nimrod.
Nimrod, yeah.
Third story is Storm and Wolverine. Fourth story is Carol Danvers and Rogue in DC.
Yeah, at the Vietnam Memorial. Yeah. And now we're on to story 5.
Yes, Operation Wolf.
That's right.
Did you play this arcade game or a Nintendo?
Nintendo.
So the version in the arcade, I'm not sure if you came across it, there was like a machine gun that you could hold.
Oh, like similar to like the Terminator 2 game?
I guess. I don't remember the Terminator 2 game. But
it was one of those, it had guns and you shot at a screen.
It was so cool to fire the gun. It might have been like an Uzi or something.
Sure.
It was awesome. I had the Nintendo one as well for a bit. Maybe I rented it. I don't remember. But yeah, I loved Operation Wolf.
You're renting video games? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a huge part of my...
Oh, yeah.
I probably only had a handful, and I would trade video games. I trade Nintendo cartridges or like borrow with friends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we had a video store, 10 minutes on the bike, maybe 8 minutes on the bike from my house.
Totally.
Called Major Video. And in 1989, my brother worked there. And I would rent Nintendo games there all the time. It was great.
Nice.
True story. My favorite rental was Baseball Stars.
Okay. I remember renting ice hockey a lot.
Sure. Baseball Stars allowed you to advance your characters. Your wins allowed you to get revenue from ticket sales, and you could invest it into different parts of your team.
Oh, I like
so
that idea.
You could save, and your team could get better and better, and it was very, very compelling to me. And later in the year of 1989, I had a bout of chickenpox.
Oh.
And stayed home for a week, and I kept that Baseball Stars, and I loved it. It was like, other than being itchy, what a great week. And I tell you now, the stuff I missed in school that week, I never caught up on.
That was it. That was the beginning of the end.
It was, still to this day. The stuff I missed
that was it.
I never caught up.
Yeah.
All right, Australia. Again, the desert just outside of some town they will not name.
Come on, Colossus. Catch me if you can. Comrade Alex, my body is sold organic steel. I must be careful. A wrong or careless move, the slightest misstep, could do you serious harm. Hey, that's my worry, big guy. Anytime, long shot, let him rip.
Here goes, Havoc.
How do you expect to hit long shot spikes, Tovarish? Especially when he throws them in a random pattern while dodging me. That, pal, is precisely the idea.
We talked before about like the closed fist shooting.
Yes.
It looks so cool.
It does. It does.
He draws great hands too. I got to learn that.
You missed some. Practice makes perfect. Since we don't have a danger room of training anymore, we have to find other ways of keeping our powers and skills honed. Vic, you struck me. Your plasma bolt is ricocheted. Straight for long shot.
Wow! I guess it was my wild luck that made me move right when Alex fired. Good thing I followed that instinct.
Brilliant, boy. You nearly ashed a teammate. But that's why I'm out here. My plasma beams are so powerful and dangerous. Gotta have them under absolute control. I've taken them and the reality of being havoc too lightly for too long. And innocent people have suffered for it. What the? Shame on you guys. Playing
that's
without
really
me?
weird. Just gotta say, that's a lettering error.
Yeah.
So, right, that's Longshot who says what the... But it's connected. It's connected to Havoc's inner monologue.
Right. There you are, yeah. Or is it that maybe you're afraid of the competition? Okay, that is, yeah. Found these scattered all over. How about you give him a toss, long shot? Let the lady take a shot. Please, Desler. Allow me. Tell me, Pete, do I hit him before or after they achieve orbit?
Zim, zaka, zaka, zaka.
Zaka, zaka, zaka. And that, sweetheart, is how it's done. Thanks for the lesson. Better luck next time. Next time I'll be better. And eventually, Allison, skill, not luck. The best.
So are they flirting now?
I mean, he's watching her walk away.
Yeah, that might be just a difference between
bit of
what the artist wants and what the writer wants. Like, she's Longshot's girlfriend still, or no? I guess not.
Well, Longshot kind of was very unhappy with her jealousy.
Right. Who knows? Well, you want to see some great comic books.
Yeah.
Great cartooning. Turn the page, sir.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Wah!
This is an ad for Spinges. And if you wanted to look at some cultural stereotypes, in Russia, everyone dresses like that and stands in front of the Kremlin.
Well, yeah.
In Italy, everyone eats paschetti and meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
And in Australia, they live down under in a city that is the size of their whole continent, made up of 7 houses, and they drive off the bottom of the earth.
Oh,
What
spinches.
the hell is this? You know what this is?
What?
A precursor to Beyblade.
It's true.
It looks like also, was it called Rock'em Sock'em Hockey?
Oh, yeah.
If you've never played Rock'em Sock'em Hockey, there was a wheel that you would, or was it not Rock'em Sock'em? That was what Don Cherry's videos were called.
Those
Was
were the
it
videos, yeah.
Rocket Hockey?
Maybe?
So there was a blue game, like a blue plastic game with an ice kind of game board, and you'd only could be the goalies, I think, by sliding a small piece of plastic covering your net. But there was a grinding wheel that you would crank, and you'd release this metal spinning top, and it would shoot around the game board and just ricochet into someone's net. And if once you got strong enough, you could really turn that grinding crank fast enough that eyes could be lost or damaged, and the metal could get so hot when you like touch it after. It was a really fun experience when you're about 12 because you could really do some damage. I think it's called Rocket Hockey. Wayne Gretzky's Rocket Hockey is my guess, but
only 5 children lost their eyes.
Yes. All right, now we're on to storyline number 6.
Yep.
Manhattan again. The Fifth Avenue mansion that houses the fashionably infamous Hellfire Club.
Okay,
Sharon!
Corrine, Reiko, it's so good to see you both.
Good's a word that doesn't even begin to apply to you, girl. Check out this fur.
So how does it feel? Oh, that's Reiko, I guess.
So how does it feel going from this dumb servant's quarters to being the wife of a United States Senator?
Golly gee, I don't know. I mean, today an embassy ball, tomorrow White House reception. Grind.
Life's so tough.
Ain't it, though?
Some ring.
It's a favorite family heirloom. I tell you this, I never dreamed I could be so happy.
Bravo, girl. You deserve every moment.
Robert still lunching with Mr. Shaw?
He is.
Got a spare uniform I can borrow?
What for?
You'll see. And so will the senator.
Sebastian, there's no support in the Senate for any further Sentinel projects. We can't afford to keep throwing good money after bad.
The problem, Robert, is that every time a Sentinel determines how to deal with its target mutant, it's invariably been destroyed by another. The robots learn, but not quickly or effectively enough to do any lasting good. What I propose is a hunter system that is not only capable of learning from its mistakes and adapting to new and unexpected situations, but which is also capable of reconstituting itself, no matter how badly damaged. Didn't they fight Nimrod in like Central Park? In those
Hellfire Club, yeah, that's Leland lost his life.
Whoever. So he sounds to me like he's talking about Nimrod. Because he met Nimrod, I think. If even a single core molecule remains intact, the system can rebuild itself. And since it is constantly learning and improving itself, it can never be beaten the same way twice. Ultimately, it must triumph.
Most ingenious, Sebastian. But have you considered the negative implications? If this robot can't be destroyed, how ultimately can it be contained? Suppose we lose control. What then? I'm sorry, Sebastian. The risks far outweigh any potential benefit. My mother's ring? Sharon, what the devil?
I thought I'd surprise and please you, my love. Do you mind?
Ha 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 ha.
But since the surprise far outweighs the pleasure, I'll change back. It's truly so that you gentlemen don't have an equivalent costume. Then we ladies might have ourselves some real fun.
Oh, perhaps I should have warned you.
Splootwee, Splootu.
Our Hellfire ladies are far more than mere adornments. They can hold their own with any men. I hope you don't mind, but in Sharon's case, I wager you've married a tigress. Ooh.
Wow.
Just to remind our friendly followers,
Yeah.
Senator Robert, what's his name?
Yeah. What is?
Come on, it's on the tip of my brain here. He's the
Kennedy?
Senator Robert something. Come on.
Robert, the Sentinel guy.
Yeah, but oh my goodness, it's probably even on this page. Kelly, thank you, Mass. I don't know what's going on with me, man. Senator Robert Kelly. For those who are trying to keep track, this is the senator who famously was the kind of target in Days of Future Past, the comic book. That storyline where, if he is murdered by the assassin, then it would send the timeline toward the Days of Future Past timeline.
Right.
So he needed to be protected at all costs. Assassin. Maybe the best part of that entire series.
Oh, I think possibly the best part.
All right. Now we're back to storyline number 4, I think.
Yeah, I think we're back to 4, yeah.
Dune Tune in the West Village. And again, look at the thickness of these lines on these word balloons. My goodness.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I think this is Rogue talking, but it's Carol as Rogue.
Right. But not in the beginning, because she wouldn't talk to herself in third person.
No, she's pretending to be Rogue.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, she's Carol Danvers is pretending to be Rogue in the mind of Rogue. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers really appreciates you looking after her stuff, Miss Jones.
No problem. What are landlords for? Haven't heard from her in ages. Before the note seeing you were coming. Give her my best, okay?
Oh, my pleasure. Arabella Jones is a friend, Rogue. Can I tell her who I really am or tell my folks? You complain about the bits of your life I steal when I'm in control. What about my whole life is Carol Danvers that I can't ever be a part of?
Fancy meeting you here.
Why am I not surprised? Picking my brain, Psylocke?
I don't do that, Carol, unless I have to.
Also on Mondays. And occasionally on Wednesdays.
In yours and Rogue's case, however, I can't. The unique interactive synthesis of your dual consciousness makes you both exceptionally resistant to telepathy.
Interactive, that's a laugh. At best, we exist in an uneasy armistice. And lately, relations between us are not at their best.
You see how thick these lines are?
Yep.
And even there was like the lettering changes in the previous panel. Panel 4, we see where Psylocke says, in yours and Rogue's case. However, it's much thicker than the one coming right after it.
Yep.
It's there is some trouble with the lettering in this issue, and I'm interested, but not that interested.
Sure.
Carol, you actually wore this?
In its day, it was considered the height of superhero haute couture.
So were miniskirts.
You should see the costume it replaced.
Rogue would gag.
Hey, did you ever play The Fist?
If we're talking about what I think we're talking about,
Did you ever play as a kid? Did you ever play the Fist?
I wasn't a kid. I was a man.
Or that's
oh,
what you became. Thanks.
Are you referring to a new dimension in fantasy gaming?
I think I am. But you just have to dial the number to find out.
Dial a phone number.
It's private and discreet.
All calls charged at 75 cents per minute. Wow. All right. Do you want to read that ad?
No. Unless you want to.
The
world of Fist.
Available for the first time in the USA.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. And by the way, monthly competitions where the most skillful adventurers will win real gold pieces.
What are the adventurers called who play Fist?
I don't know, but there's a flesh eater.
Yeah.
And there's an underground dungeon. Surprise. Okay. We should come back to that for sure.
We should.
Our new show.
Yep, we should.
Fisting Friday.
Rogue isn't wearing it. Rogue won't be wearing it. That's a memento of my life. I don't see where she matters in the equation.
It's her body, Carol.
It isn't my fault I'm stuck here, Bets. And I don't see where it's any of your business calling me on it.
I'm the team telepath. The good of that team, our mutual and interdependent survival, makes it my business.
Storm put you up to this?
Carol, you and Rogue are bound permanently. Whatever the cause, that is the reality. Rogue's a child. What? What?
Huh?
Rogue's a child? From her, we expect this. But why the devil are you being so difficult?
You know what I wish? I could cut a deal with her. To have complete control for a year. Just a year. And I'd finagle my way onto the Red Sox. I'd cover center field like nobody born and hit the ball so hard, so well, the Yankees be blasted to dust. A year to win the pennant and World Series for Fenway.
You could ask.
Never happened. I'd probably be disqualified.
Because you're a woman?
Because I'm a mutant. People would claim my powers would give me an unfair advantage. People would be right. Times like this, it feels like we endure all the grief there is. We're not allowed to enjoy any of the fun of it.
Perhaps that is perhaps that is the price we pay for being who and what we are.
And perhaps that isn't enough.
Again, really small writings. We're now on to kind of a hybrid of an earlier story with Nimrod and
little bit.
What's supposed to be the focal point of this issue, because you can see on this page we are getting Master Mold coming out of the ground. But This is the 23rd page of this publication, not the 23rd story page. But we're in the last few pages of this thing, and we're finally getting onto the action.
Here we go.
Further downtown, where yet another yuppie puppy high-rise kennel, oh my god, that's a little loaded, is towering over the Hudson River waterfront. This is Nimrod's day job, under the name Nicholas Hunter, foreman of the explosives crew. Nick Hunter.
Explosive crew foreman. Query. Ongoing aberrancies in this unit's thought processes? Internal diagnostics reveal no dysfunction. What's that? Circuitry module appears familiar. Initiating scan. Alarm, alarm, alarm. Hostile command comm program invading this unit. Cannot physically disengage.
Sparks fly as Nimrod reverts to his true robotic configuration with spectacular results.
Skaboom!
Holy Mary!
Nick was over there. Get a crew and pull him out of call you mess with ambulance.
Why, boy? Nobody could have survived there.
Shut up and dig, you Rugio. We gotta make sure.
What's his name, Chris?
What is it? Ruggiero?
It doesn't really matter. I just like to hear whatever you have to say.
I don't know.
All systems
are
online and fully functional. What's that?
You're good. Go.
Okay. Master mode. Once more restored to full operational capability. Jeez. Okay, so now Nimrod has suddenly, we think, has now reverted to some version.
So it's like a Nimrod Master Mold hybrid.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is where that dude, I think, comes from.
The dude.
Do you remember what's his name? Bastion?
From the Bastion?
Yeah.
No, from
Yeah. Here we go.
okay.
Oh, you're not alone, you know. We've all lost those dear to us, and even suffered. Does that mean we should give up?
It's tempting. This is the kind of day I loved as a kid. Rogue hates it, hates the cold. She's a hothouse flower, born and bred for sultry southern nights. You all right, Bets?
Didn't realize it showed.
What showed?
I'm a telepath. I read minds. This is a huge city, millions of people. An infinite cacophony of thoughts. Screening them takes a physical effort. Envision it as being on... I think we get it, by the way. Envision it as being on the ultimate rush hour train. Jammed to the walls, every moment all day long, with everyone babbling at the top of their lungs. I can manage, of course, but there is a strain.
You know, I bet the snow's packed deep and firm up in the mountains. Been too long since I hit the ski slopes. I hear you're a pretty fair country shush boomer yourself?
I hold my own.
So what are we waiting for? I know a place where there are no crowds. Downhill runs are spectacular. I bet before we're done, I'll even have Rogue loving it.
Sounds wonderful. Oh, Carol! Close by, screams. Terror, pain. It's a massacre.
Primary programming mandates the extermination of mutant kind, especially the core entities Codifax Identity the 12. Extrapolation, since humans are the progenitors of all mutants, fulfillment of Prime Directive requires the extermination of humankind.
Nice. Look out!
Bingo. This must be the place. And that must be the guy. Easily 30 feet tall. Seems to be building himself out of whatever construction materials are at hand. Doesn't look familiar. I'd remember something that ugly. The way he's talking, though, I can't afford to hang back and scope out his capabilities. The longer I wait, more people are sure to be killed. One big advantage, since we X-Men are invisible to electronic sensors. That robot won't even know what hit. Ow!
It doesn't make sense that you could just take girders and just stick them onto your arm.
And it become your arm?
I mean, I do like the idea that him adding metal, but it has to you have to see some building and like it taking the raw pieces and turning it into additional armor, like some sparks, some parts get melted and reformed. Like a little more than just here's some metal, stick it on my arm.
Some kind of process, maybe. Yeah.
He's not a mud man. I mean, it takes You can't just glop it on. It's very complicated.
And he's huge, 30 feet tall.
That's what she says. Maybe she has a terrible eye for judgment. I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see. Oh gosh. Another.
Are you angry, Robert? It was only meant in fun.
Sharon, I'm a United States Senator. I ran for president once. I may do so again. Have you no comprehension of my position or yours as my wife?
Of course. Robert, I thought you knew me better than that. I would never do anything to shame or embarrass you. I never have pulled that stunt in front of anyone other than you or Mr. Shaw. I mean, he's a friend as well as my old boss and the man who introduced us. Don't you have any idea yet how much you mean to me? How very, very much I love...
Great drawing.
Yeah, no, great drawing, absolutely.
Oh, sometimes I'll hit, call all out. I'm all busted out. Hurt. I'd say it's really hard to read, sorry. Hurt. Robert. Oh, he's unconscious. Who's S costume? What?
So even, maybe this is me terrible, but like even in this state, he's still drawing her sexy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he really can't seem to help himself.
No.
He hit me since my attack, but how?
Oh, now it's Rogue, sorry.
He hit me since my attack, but how? Carol's KO'd. Serves her right. I'm in charge now. Stupid door's jammed. Can't open it. Hard to focus. Thoughts, moves. That was some punch. Lady needs a hand. Out you go, sugar. Woman, is she some superhero? She passed out. Careful, careful. All this jagged metal will cut Robert if I snag him. Show for poor man beyond my help. So, she got knocked out again?
She passed out.
She passed out? Sharon, what happened?
This issue is the origin of
This
that
is
joke.
the origin of what happened.
Oh, Fred Willard.
Yeah.
Where are you going? There's still someone in the car. Don't be a fool. Wait for emergency services. That's their job. They'll be too late. She's pinned. Can't budge the metal. Wake up, you, if you can. Give me a hand. No need to yell, sugar. I hear you. What is this rag I'm wearing? Say the fashion critique for later. Oh, hey. Lord. Shoot.
Contact established. Target acquired. Weapon systems locked on target. Query. Anomalous data from sensors. One contact firm. Other inconclusive. Possibly non-existent. Possible unit dysfunction as a result of integration of Master Mold and Nimrod systems.
He's hesitating. Run for it, girl. I'm pretty near invulnerable. All draws fire. Keep my fingers crossed.
Target attempting escape. Termination sanctioned.
Sharon. Don't die. Do you hear? Dear Lord, please don't let her die.
So much for that bright idea. Gotta rock and roll before he finishes me off.
I know can do. Nothing works. Can't get off the ground. I think I'm done.
Target 2. Termination sanctioned.
Next, The Light That Failed. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that was quite an issue with 53 stories in it.
Holy.
You know, we got at least the Master Mold is mixed with Nimrod, and we got the thread with somehow Senator Kelly, Robert Kelly, and his bride meet up with Rogue / Carol Danvers. And I don't know what's going to happen next.
I don't know what's going to happen. it's going to involve a light that failed. Maybe that's a Dazzler reference. I don't know.
Perhaps. Hey, do me a favor. Turn the page.
Oh, sure thing.
I was looking through this today.
Yeah.
The X-Mail.
Oh, yeah.
And in column 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. I don't know if you're able to read any of that.
Oh, I can read where it's from.
Robert Loudon at 318 Simonston Boulevard, Thornhill, Ontario. Dude, that postal code, this is where I'm from. So
you should go knock on the door.
He lived walking distance from my childhood home, and I'm just tickled pink to see someone from my hometown writing a letter to the X-Men crew
and having it published.
Yeah, that's like really right in my neighborhood as a kid. So it's wild to see that
Cool.
in the issue. Made me real happy. And then of course there's that Uncanny X-Men and the Asgardian Wars trade paperback. And this is 1989. There are not a lot of trade paperbacks going around. Like if you come across them, there's only a handful sort of from each company. They're just starting to be proliferated with the success of The Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen. Batman Year One had one at this point too. And I know the Wolverine Limited series had one. There weren't a ton of them kicking around. It wasn't like everything was getting into a trade. It was just only select things. And so this neat thing that existed. So it's kind of cool to see that art too. That's more modern art from Arthur Adams, which is nice to see. Mm-hmm. Well, that is that issue, and I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, that was just a hot mess.
Yeah, well, just a mix of things. No clear direction, but there is a story. It's happening. Like whatever happens with Wolverine, Dazzler, Colossus, Storm, Havoc, Longshot, didn't really have any consequence in this issue.
And then a schmoz.
And then sort of, for a page, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much. But now we're getting Master Mold and Nimrod are now merged. This to me is actually a really big deal in X-Men. Like those are two sort of alpha level threats.
Yeah.
And that merging was maybe a little rushed, but anyway.
Yeah, it's not really explained beyond he finds a bit of tech.
Yeah.
And then suddenly reverts to some kind of programming.
Yeah, he just gets a piece of Master Mold in his hand and it integrates.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm reminding you that this is a part of the origin of Bastion.
Right.
It will come. Before we end tonight, I want to add a special treat to this.
Oh, okay.
Well, Matt says Claremont's still planning with the long game. he kicks things down the curb, right? He pulls the taffy and plays like longer storylines, but not always to the benefit of those storylines. Some things could happen quick, and some things need not just months to happen a little here and there, but it needs incremental moves. Like maybe the idea of the two characters integrating could be that he gets that piece and it goes in and it starts to slowly take over his programming over days and days and days of being a construction worker until he is compelled to go back at night and keep putting more pieces. Then he has to break in somewhere to get another piece of tech to integrate again. Right. And he's just like slowly becoming both things with
and then he gets hooked on crack.
He gets hooked on crack from the kids.
Yes. Yeah. Kids hook him. Yep.
The kids hook him. The possibility of adding something fun. Yeah. Look what I got there.
Hey, those are fun.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I got some figs, man. Let me change one of these things to this. Nope, not what I wanted. Let's remove that. Okay. Nope, not what I wanted. I can do this. And can I not make this one bigly?
You should be.
No. I'm trying to make it bigly, but it just it's all right. Yeah, whatever. So I figure I could open one. Got my trusty blade here. Is there one that you'd like me to open? I let you choose. This one.
Let's go with Morph.
You want me to open Morph?
I do.
You're a bad man.
I do. I want to see those faces. Those are faces.
Oh well, you're a bad man.
Look at you using like an X-Acto knife. I just rip out this thing.
Well, you clearly haven't opened one of these before. They do not open that easily.
Mm.
Are you able to hear me okay, by the way?
I am.
All right. So it's like a double fold of cardboard.
Ah, okay.
So if you were to, make sure you close your knife safely, kids. Close.
Yeah.
If you were to give it a yank, you can see here, there's like the plastic.
Oh, there is a fair amount. Okay.
So you'd have to kind of rip the cardboard open. It's like 2-ply cardboard with plastic in between.
Okay.
Nice looking card art, but there's our figure.
Yep.
Comes with 2 open hands.
Sure.
2 hands. And then in terms of extra heads, let's move that out of the way.
Yeah, let's see them. Let's see them heads.
In terms of extra heads, it comes with a
Gyrick?
The Peter Gyrick. So I've seen already this is not the best match for this body.
Yeah.
And of
And
course,
there's the morph face.
you get a morph sort of his regular kind of person face, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Smirky. And 2 fisty hands. Yeah, I love that sequence in the opening theme of the new one where he like jumps at the camera and takes a punch.
Yeah. Huh.
With agility flies forward. Whoop, there he is.
He's got a little goatee? No.
No, I think that is.
Oh, that is. Okay.
Just the shadow.
Gotcha.
And his neck joint. But he is definitely thin, like a narrow figure compared to the others in the line. I wonder if he's going to be the same size as Roberto da Costa. I think he'll be the similar size, but da Costa comes in a different suit. But I do love this like X-Men training suit, and this is
so do I.
Good old Morphy Morph.
Nice.
Yeah. Not a character I particularly love. And then this is a weird choice. So he's got this.
Oh, the underpaint. Yeah,
he's got this white-colored neck.
Oh, that is okay.
So from here, it's okay, kind of.
Yeah.
That's an odd choice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, if you're going to give him, that's a little weird. But you could kind of hide it. I prefer him in this look than the weird, ghoulish neutral head. But
yeah.
I do. Nice looking figure. Like comes right off the screen of the TV.
Yeah.
For sure. I have this ridiculous theory that Morph isn't. I mean, it doesn't hold because Morph does interact with other characters, but in my mind, Morph isn't even on the show. He's just a figment of Wolverine's imagination.
Right.
All of his conversations are it's Wolverine having a mental break.
It's that fan theory of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, what are you talking about?
Is that Cameron? Is that Ferris is a figment of Cameron's imagination?
Okay, then who's driving the car? Cameron. Yeah. Cameron's not thinking about it.
Yeah.
Is the girl there?
She's there. Yeah. It's something. It has to do with the movies about Cameron as opposed to Ferris.
Oh, I mean, the movie. That's the arc. Is Cameron
right?
With spoilers, with telling his dad
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you remember the Ferris's girlfriend's name?
Yeah, Sloane.
Sloane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's fun, the idea that Ferris is like an agent of chaos as a way to encourage Cameron to grow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Morph is a telepathic imprint on Wolverine's psyche. And every time we see Morph interact with somebody else, it's just a distraction. It's like not even real.
And it was interesting too the way they played Morph in '97, where he would morph, shape change to like other characters, and suddenly inhabit their superpowers too. There was right, nice, right.
So
he would show up, and he would. It wasn't just he looked like them. He had like I think he's Colossus at one point, and like punches through a building.
Yeah, he has Psylocke's powers and has the
Psylocke,
swords and
it's
everything.
like so he's anyway.
He was Juggernaut at some point, wasn't he?
He was Juggernaut, I think, at one point, yeah. So
he was Blob when like Wolverine bounced off the belly and fired up towards the Sentinel, went through its head, I think. So I'm okay with them not clearly defining who and what Morph is and what his limitations are. Yeah. I'm okay with it as long as I choose to be okay with it. But if I was a writer on that show, I know for my own creativity, I'd want limitations on the character so that I knew how to clearly understand how to apply it in a creative way, as opposed to just be able to write myself out of any problem by having him morph into Magneto or Professor X at any point and just bring all their powers. It's the unlimited magic spell of him as a But I also do really like that idea of it pushing. This is maybe me being a bit of a pain in the butt. I like the idea that Morph and his relationship with Wolverine pushes audiences to reevaluate like what they think those characters are for each other. You know what I mean? It's like it's challenging us to interpret Wolverine in a more broad sense than him just being hyper-masculine or hypo-hetero. Like, he has this friend who I don't know what kind of friends they are. And it really doesn't make a difference, truthfully.
No.
But I like that it pushes me to like, oh, okay. And reminds me to keep my mind open for the sake of an interesting story. And it's neat to see Wolverine care about someone in a different way than he cares about the characters in the past. Not just teammate. There's something else there. Whether that means it's just the guilt of his dynamic with Morph, that he like just feels bad about abandoning him, sees him as a little brother figure, or if he sees him as something more intimate. I don't mean sexual. I just mean intimate as in emotionally close together. Yeah, it's a neat dynamic that isn't in any other version of Wolverine. So I'm happy to get this guy, and it really does define the group of characters right there.
Yeah,
it defines a group of characters I put him with as X-Men 97 clearly, because he doesn't fit in with anything else I have. I'm gonna have to make a second X-Men display downstairs.
You're gonna have to. It's the only way to do it.
Rough life.
Yep.
I have to wait till next week to open up Logan.
You don't have to. You're an adult and can make that call.
Barely. I missed that week in grade 9. Okay.
That's right. Next week?
I guess this is what we're doing. So what do you see there, man? Some crazy, awesome purples. Like, this cover works for me, but what price victory?
Witness the fearful fate of an X-Man.
Yeah, so I think we're seeing Master Mold Rogue go through the Siege Perilous.
The Siege Perilous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty wild.
Yes.
But that's next week.
That's next week.
Get yourself ready, Sanigan. All right, that's it.
Try my best.
Nice. So, anything else you want to talk about before we call it?
I don't think anything else comes to mind. Anything from your end?
Just farts.
There you go, then.
Well, then that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you to my good buddy, writer of Group of 7 of A Secret Tale and Peregrines, Flights, Fiends, and Fisticuffs, Chris Sanigan. You can find out more about our comics and upcoming appearances at group7comics.ca and follow us at Group of 7 Comics on social media. Please click like on the video and subscribe to the channel and share with us your take on this issue or any X-Men comics in the comments section below. Go dig out your old back issues, trade paperbacks, essentials, omnibuses, DVD-ROMs, bootlegs, or hop on an app and read along with us next week on Previously in X-Men. Thank you, Bubs. Stay Xy. That's it. You want to say thanks as well?
Go Jays.
You go. Oh yeah. Let's get on to that. There you go. And go Leafs.